Good morning, folks. As I said on the last video, I'm just taking Nibbler for a little test ride. I've got to go up the garage, top some fuel oleum up. I've adjusted the chain and what have you, because the gears were getting a bit clunky, which is usually a sign of a loose chain, so that's a lot better. But I'm just having a little test ride just to test the tyre plug, see how we get on. I mean, I know people they've literally had punctures in brand new tyres, 2 up, full of luggage, touring, and they've had it plugged and they've basically used it till they've wore the tyre out. So I'm probably worrying totally unnecessarily, but we shall see. I'm just coming out of the village now. Better get some lights on and we'll see how we get on. I'm going to go up the garage and then I might just spin it around a bit, and I need to go to the shops to get some stuff for my pack up, and I quite fancy something like a bacon, egg, sausage and tomato roll this morning, because obviously I'm fat and have to keep up appearances. Well, the bike feels fine so far. Well, I'm probably worrying over nothing. I mean, it's not gonna, if it's gonna let go, it will let go at speed. It's nice to be back on nibs again though. Nice. I borrowed some fuel out of him to fill Phyllis the other day, so I thought, well, if I top him up, if I want to use him for work today and tomorrow, because I'm on afternoons the next couple of days, which is okay, works for me, and then I'll probably only have to top him up at the weekend. I do believe we are going out riding at the weekend, and I would like to take Nibbler, but I'm not going to risk taking a pillion. It's probably just best to completely put this tyre plug just out my mind completely. That's not how you enter the garage, mate, although there is, there's not a sign there saying you can't. We should be next on the lights. There we go. GoPro, stop recording. So there we go, we've filled up. Oh, 8.5 litres, used more than what I think. I had 54 miles on the trip, and then of course I nicked a gallon to put in Phyllis, so here we go, lights on, stand up, big boy pants on. It is a lovely morning. It's set to be about 26 degrees again now. We are clear, let's go. Sit the visor down, there we go. I'm just going to go down to Sharnford and back, give it a run. I want to get up to my normal sort of speeds. There we go, we're in top gear. It is a lovely, lovely day. I mean, I might even use the bike today to commute. I'd see what, I don't know what the forecast is. I think it's dry for us today. But what I shall do when I use the bike for the next few days is I will take the tyre plug kit with me, and I'll take a little foot pump just in case, just to get this gremlin out my head. But like I say, I've known people that have used plugs very successfully, and but the thing that gets me is the guy that used to run our local bike shop, who's long since sort of retired. He did all like the Michelin courses and all that lot, and he refused to plug tyres. He would not do it, especially on a bigger bike. You see, with Phyllis is okay, because Phyllis is she's like a bicycle. She's got inner tubes, so you could carry just a normal puncture repair kit and get one of those super compact electric pumps, because she's got an auxiliary socket. Probably, you know, not think anything of it. I am very lucky though, I very, very rarely suffer a puncture on motorbikes. That was good. He was attempting to take his hoodie off driving up the road. Something I have done myself. We should be going now. It's a vile car. Teslas, I fucking hate Teslas. I don't hate all electric cars, because a lot of them that I've driven are actually very nice driving experiences. And you know, got nothing against a lot of them, but Teslas are just, they're like Harley Davidsons. They're an absolute sack of shit. They're not that good, but the marketing department's brilliant. It's like Apple. They make you want to buy their product, which is, you know, it's what consumerism's all about, really, isn't it? That gear change feels a lot better. Chain adjustment on the ZX is very, very easy, because it's the rear axle sits in a couple of cams, eccentric cams, and basically all you do, you just loosen a couple of pinch bolts, rotate the cams evenly either side, and do them up again. You have to loosen up the torque bolt for the brake caliper for the torque arm, as you should on any bike, and then you know, tighten it all up again. It's all done. It's very easy, and it's made it a lot easier because I've refitted the main stand. When I had Pinky apart, and I've got some parts shot blasted on Pinky, I got my main stand on the ZX shot blasted, and just painted it up with Hammerite. But it looks good, and it's it doesn't sit quite right up against the exhaust. It does actually rub up against the exhaust, but so does the side stand now, because this exhaust is obviously made for a ZR11, which was slightly different setup. But the bike's feeling good. I'm feeling good. And I'm feeling very grateful that I've got these things to play with, really. Why are you doing, you're turning, but the car in front is only doing 30 miles an hour on a main road. They're braking as well, so maybe they're going Foss Meadows. There's a Ford Transit up my chuff, who can F right off. Come on then, get out of the way. They're going up Foss Meadows. They're all going dogging. No, I jest. Or am I? Because Foss Meadows near us, and the lay-by that leads into it, is a well-known dogging location. Let's put it that way. We used to have a spaniel, and I used to take him up the meadows. That's not a euphemism. And depending on what time of day you went up, because sometimes it would be well after work when we could get out. Yes, there'd be all sorts of cars flashing in their interior lights in the car park. You know, what the fuck do they want? But you can safely say that is most car parks. You know what I mean? We used to have a guy at work, and don't matter what route you were on, we used to have beautiful routes through the Cotswolds and stuff like that. He'd know all the dogging lay-bys, funnily enough. Actually, he was a bit of a perv, but in a sort of good way. I always remember, any like female member of staff, he wouldn't call them by name, he'd call them love. Alright, love. And he would say it like that. Like he was undressing them with his tongue as he said it. Alright, love. I don't want to poke you, but can I just talk to it? Hello, lovely weather. Nibbler's feeling alright, and I'm feeling a bit more confident. Like I say, I mean, that plug will probably last the life of the tyre, to be fair. I mean, if you think about it logically, you've pulled it through the hole in the tyre. It can only wear at the same rate as the tyre. Right, are these gentlemen going to be using the crossing with their doggy? Nope. Doggy's just had a wee wee. He's just left his news of the world behind. And another doggy having a little walk. Hello, little doggy. I do love doggies, apart from that bloody Rottweiler the other day. I'm sure it was Ivis that set him off. But yeah, he was determined to get out the back of that Freelander. He wasn't a big Rottie either. But you know, it's not the kind of thing you want latched to your leg on the way home. Not the dog's fault, you know, you don't know what's happened in its earlier life that's triggered it or anything like that. He obviously does it a fair bit because the family thought it was quite amusing, so he's obviously sort of known for it. But then again, our little Ernie, he'll God, anything, a leaf moves on the driveway when he sits in the front window. And the Oxfordshire mansion, the driveway is right outside. And it is a very, very quiet road, but anybody that walks past, anybody on a push bike, a leaf moves in the drive, an aeroplane comes over. It was mad, and you can be like just chilling out there watching something on the box, totally relaxed, super slow heartbeat, very, very happy and content, and then all of a sudden you're stuck to the ceiling because this little bastard behind you's gone oh, fucking hell. I am going to find a way to put my digital speedo on this so I can actually understand what the proper speed is, because like I say, like I've said on every video, his speedo is way out. I'm showing an indicated 70 now, and I can guarantee you I'm not doing it. I'm doing a lot less. When I first got Nibbler, I sat him on, I like to know what a bike's like on the motorway, and quite often I'll go down to Lutterworth, get on the M1, go north of Junction down the M69 or something like that, and I will sit at the indicated speed limit. And basically I was only just keeping up the truck, so I know that an indicated 70 on this is more like about 56 to 58. I mean, trucks are allowed to do 60 now. But does it bother me? No, because most of the time you're sort of gauging your speed by the traffic in front of you. Oh, Hyundai Matrix. We had one of those off my sister, and quite frankly the most uncomfortable car I have ever driven in my life, because the seats are quite tall, so it feels like you sat on a milk stool, but the angle of the gas pedal and stuff like that, your foot's angled at a really weird angle, and I can remember I was constantly getting cramp in it, like proper cramp that lasted for days. If I was like driving to the coast any distance, I would get cramp for days on that thing. I mean, it had all the toys, it had a DVD player in the rear and all that lot, and it, you know, it drove well enough. It had absolutely no power at all. You know, if you're accelerating and you put your foot down, you continued to accelerate at the old rate. Well, Nibbler feels good. I'm, like I say, a bit more confident in him. I can't really say that enough. Why are we slowing down? Have we got farm implements? Oh, it could be. You've got no indicators, have you, Mr. Cobley? Miss Ant on your leased car. Ah, it's a bloke, so could it be his surname perhaps? Or is it Miscreant? Yes. Audi Q3s, nice little cars actually. They are nice little things. Tractor's going into the village. Cobley's trying his best to try and get past me. It's not going to happen. Sorry mate, but you're only in a 7.5 tonner on a 50. And you're not getting past me, dickhead. It's strange to have wanky behaviour from a truck driver, not that I call a 7.5 tonner a truck driver. It feels like it when you have one, when it's the biggest thing you've ever driven. A 7.5 tonner feels huge. And then you get up into class 2s and Arctics, and then you realise 7.5 tonners really are only playing at it. Same as van drivers that think the trucks. Here we go, 1, 2, 3. That was nice. And now I'm going to Sanji's shop for some, I'm going to get some bread rolls and whatever else takes me fancy, because I usually go in there with the intention of buying one thing and end up with a fucking basket full of crap. I shouldn't say crap, snackages, which, you know, don't really need to eat, but I'm having anyway. Might get a bit more poppage. I've only got, I don't think I've got any pop left. So we'll go there. Anyway, GoPro, stop recording.